Damn, there's actually somebody watching this. I can't believe it. Oh, it's probably myself. Wait, hold on a second. Is there anyone actually watching this? I can't even believe it. I don't even know how to stream on YouTube, man. I don't even know like if people can actually see or hear what's going on. But anyways. Bum, bum, Alright, let's see what's in the original song. Dude, there's actually somebody watching this. Like, holy shit, I can't believe it. Alright, I lost my train of thought. Alright, so here, I guess I need to talk, because, like, that's what I should do to, like, entertain people, right? So, basically this song is, I'm basically trying to remix one of my old songs, which is, which is a waltz. It was a song that I made in 2017 or something, and the melody was good, but it's not really good. So I kind of want to remix it with my modern tools, and also I want to turn it into a sort of something that has like a bass drop, or maybe not a bass drop, but like something that has a drop. Anyways, so right now I'm kind of struggling because I'm using a piano to kind of make a build up, and I have no idea how the build up should be, but it should lead to the bass drop. Hopefully that explains something. Anyways, dum, bum, da, 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 da. Alright, so in the original. So that's the original build-up. Now I don't really know if I should keep that build-up. Alright, let's try to recreate the original one. So the original one would be. Da 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 da. So that's the original. Now, I don't really know if this is good. Da 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 da. Oh shit, that's not the right one. So it goes from D to A. Now, I'm not really sure if that's the right thing to do. Maybe it should go from from D to like D. Let's see. Wait, let's play this part again. work. So this is basically the sketch. Dum. But then it doesn't lead to D, which is the home key. Or maybe we could do C sharp. And then, which leads to D. So then we have like a 5-1 progression. Yeah, I think this could work. So let's try to orchestrate this into an actual, like, fully fleshed out thing. Let's see. So here we have the orchestra playing. So in the original song that I made in 2017, it sounds like this. Now, yeah, that was made with Contact Factory Library, which is so bad when you listen to it now. But anyways, so we're gonna try to do that, but with strings. So let's have strings over here. Alright, so let's have strings now, and here let's turn the strings into pizzicato. So here we have the pizzicato knob on the string library, and then when you turn it up like this, it becomes pizz. Now, I don't even know if people are listening to what I'm saying. Wait, is my mic even on? Am I just yelling into the void? Oh, it's actually on, so. Alright, so people can actually hear me talk. Which kind of feels weird. So now the strings are pizzicato. Let's see. So let's have a double bass, which is 13. Wait. Double bass is 9. Wait, why is there no sound? Wait, there's no fucking sound. What the hell? Oh, that's the, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I was playing on the automation clip. This is where I should play. Alright, there you go, that's the pit. Let's have bum. Alright, let's have this, and so that's the bass. And then maybe the cellos on top. If I remember correctly, if I use color 13, it should be both double bass. It should be the two. It should be all the cellos playing at the same time. Dude, this thing is so fucking chaotic. So, color map for 13 is mapped to both cellos. Alright, so now we have all the cellos playing. So now let's have the strings. So these are the low strings. And then above, we're going to have the high strings playing. So these are violins. That's violin 1. Actually, you know what? Let's have the violas play this. And these will be violin 2. There you go. So now we have other bar, let's have it play down a fourth. Alright, that sounds very waltz. You can maybe add. Yeah, you can maybe add that to that. Anyways. I'd like them to be slightly shorter. Maybe. Let's have the basses a bit longer, I guess. And then let's have the violin playing. Oh, wait, hold on a second. In the original, it was a viola playing, I think. Alright. That note is way too low for a violin. What should I do? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, that's a bit tricky. Bum, bum, bum. You know what? Let's just have the violin playing the D an octave above. Yeah, now there's no automation, so it sounds very, very dead. We're gonna do the automation later. I see that there are 3 people watching this. Is there anyone like? Are these real people, or are they like bots that YouTube sends? So that like it makes me feel better that it's not like 0 people watching. Anyways, if you're an actual like if you are a person. Maybe you can leave a comment in the chat so that I know that it's a real person and not YouTube sending me like bots to like to hype me up or something, because I know SoundCloud does that. A while ago I was happy that my song got like 10 views or 10 listens. I thought, it's a pretty big leap from like 5 listens from the previous song, and then turns out most of them were bots. Anyways. so hard to make a violin sound natural. The next bar we switch to an A chord, but it's already playing an A in the bass. That's a bit tricky, but let's do this. Which two notes should it be? It should be a C and an E. Maybe an octave lower? Oh yeah, I'm stupid, because the violin can't play that low. Wow. Thanks, man. Now, unfortunately, there seems to be a, like a 20-second delay between me streaming and like between, when I stream and you actually seeing what I stream. So like there's a 20-second delay. So I don't really know how to fix it, and that is a bit annoying. So it means that um, whenever you're commenting something, you're actually commenting something that I did 20 seconds ago. Oh, you can barely hear me. Wait, that's annoying. Let me see. There seems to be a thing that I can adjust. How about this? I think this. Wait, hold on a second. I think now you should be able to hear me better, right? Now I probably need to talk a lot louder. You know what? I'll just respond by typing, because yeah, that's annoying. Can you hear me better now? Man, this thing, I'm pretty new to all this streaming stuff, so I can't really, there's a lot of stuff that I need to sort out and need to figure out eventually. But here's the song. Now, my keyboard, oh my god, that's so annoying. Let me see what I can do. Now, because the problem is I don't have a mic stand. I don't have a mic stand, and yeah, I need to like lay down my mic on the table so that you can hear when I speak. But the problem is my keyboard is really fucking loud. Oh shit, that's really good. Yeah, can you hear me better now? Cause, I mean, I kind of tweaked some stuff. By the way, let me see if I can turn down the volume of FL Studio. So that, yeah. If I can't turn up the volume of my mic, then the only way is to turn down the volume of the music. But anyways, okay, that's very annoying. Direct. Yeah, there is a volume knob. There. Yeah, that's the annoying part. There is indeed a volume knob. Anyways, yeah, I need to know if like, if you can't hear me at all, like, or is it like, do I sound like I'm underwater or something? Or do I sound okay, it's just the volume that's low? Or maybe I need to like shout when I speak, because when I speak in real life, I'm pretty quiet, so I probably need to start shouting. Because that's what I see like other streamers do, like they just scream all the time. But yeah, they're playing games, so when you're producing music, you're probably not screaming as much. I sound okay, yeah. That's good. That's fine. If I talk like this, like now I'm literally, yeah, okay. Now I'm literally like holding the mic right at my mouth. Um, but to be fair, the music is super loud. Like when I produce, um, the volume of the music when I produce is like already at master, like post mastering level, which is kind of dumb, but that's how I do stuff. Um, but anyways, I turned so the only way to fix this problem is that I turned the volume of the music down. I'm sorry if I can't find a way to increase the volume of my mic because it's already maxed out. Like it's maxed out everywhere. Um, this is so annoying. Probably need like a mic stand at some point. But you know what? I'll just keep producing, and like most of the time, whatever I say, it's not really that important. Uh, yeah, I turned it down in OBS. I turned it out in OBS. Um, I can also turn it down like in FL Studio. But oh, thanks for watching, man. You're probably the only person who's watching it. And you're probably the only person who will watch it. So, yeah, by the way, like, if you have any question, like anything, I'm gonna answer you. Like, there's no secret in what I do. Like, you're probably the only person at this point. What can I say? Alright, I'll just keep producing then. How do I make cool sounding intros? First of all, what do you mean by a cool sounding intro? Like, do you have an example? For, First of all, like, how did you know me? Like, did you just stumble upon this stream, like, randomly, or did you know me before? Because I'm relatively unknown. Like, I'm literally a nobody at this point. Like, my songs have, like, 3 listens on SoundCloud, or something. Then, first of all, let me try. You know what? Let me do this. Let me just turn down everything in FL Studio. The video that took me 82 hours to make. Is it like... This sounds like... because that's kind of like a clickbaity title. I'm gonna be honest, because... Like, that's the only way to get people to click. Let me see which one it was, because I don't really remember. Like, is it like a video, or is it like a shorts? This thing that took me... Oh, I think I know what song you're talking about. Can I sound like this song? Okay. Then it's probably like some kind of orchestral thing. It could be this song. It could be this song. Wait, let me pull it up. What I usually do is I just mute all the channels, and I just drag whatever audio in here. So are you talking about this thing? Is this the song that you're talking about? By the way, there's always a 20-second delay that I can't, for some reason I can't get rid of that 20-second delay. I would have wanted to have like a shorter delay, like a 6-second delay or something, because then it would be possible to do like real-time Q&A. But oh, that's not the song. Wait, then which song it is? Is it? Something hours. So, alright, so I know it's a long form. Oh, I think I know what song it is. It's a song called, My Planet Needs Me Back, or Wants Me Back, or something. Yeah, I think I know what song it is. Oh, yeah, that one. You know what? That song, I'm trying to, now I'm in my file browser. I'm trying to pull that song out. But the problem with that song is that, wait, I can't find it. Oh, it's called My Planet Wants Me Back. So that's the song. Alright, there's a huge problem with this song. The problem is that it's actually not playable, like by a real orchestra. I made this song to basically test out the libraries that I bought, because I spent. By the way, I have no money, but I still had to spend money on libraries because I have kind of like a addiction problem. But all right, so let me explain. So this song, all right. So there are two ways to make orchestral music. Okay. The most common way is essentially what. All right. So let me explain. By the way, I never talk about this. By the way, like I have a very, very big stuttering problem when I speak. So I'm trying to like not stutter when I speak, which is like I'm trying really hard right now. And I never talk about this kind of thing. So like I might sound a bit stupid, but anyways, so when people make orchestral music in these FL Studio or whatever, like Ableton or Cubase, what's going on is they're using libraries. Now, using libraries, there's a problem with using libraries because when you're using libraries, the libraries can do whatever you want it to do, right? You can actually, like, for example, on a, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just open that thing, that file. Like, I'll just open that FLP for you to see what that song looks like in FL Studio. and then you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about when I say that it's not playable. Man, I suck at naming stuff. So like my FLPs don't even have the same name as the actual song. Yeah. So let's wait for FL Studio to load that file. But basically, like, when you use libraries for stuff, you're actually dissociating yourself from the actual musicians that would have been playing that song for you. So, let me explain. When you're producing music, like when you're producing music in a DAW, you're basically kind of using the libraries as if they were synths, but you're not actually. Oh yeah, that's so funny. You're not actually thinking about how this song would have been played by real musicians. So let's take a look at the string. So by the way, this is the file. So fucking loud. I'm sorry if I destroyed your ears. Yeah. So I just sent you a warning because it's like fucking loud for a second. Yeah, let me explain. So this is the song. All right. Now there's a problem with this song because there's so many problems, but one of the technical stuff is that I'm using Metropolis Arc, which is this library over here. And this is a pretty big library, but since then I've stopped using this, and I've moved it to my hard drive. And the hard drive's like fucking slow. It's like super slow. But I'm not using it anymore, so it doesn't matter. But this song uses a lot of it, so now it's still loading the samples. It'll take a while for it to load. But basically, like, for example, when you're using strings, okay, when you're using strings in your music, you're not actually thinking about, unless you're like an orchestrator, or unless you've studied classical music, you're not actually looking at strings in a way that that's realistic. So this is a string pattern. Now this, like, there's so many problems with this. Why? Because, you know, like in a real orchestra, like the string section has like, it's divided into 5 different subsections of the string ensemble. And then there's violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello, and double bass. Now, when you do this, kind of like these chords with strings, that's actually not a good way to do it. Because, let's say you give this to an actual orchestra, then which string players will play which note? Because you know that, like, the string ensemble has like a few dozen players, like maybe 40 players or something, 40 to maybe 60 players in like a, you know, regular size orchestra, and each string player can only play one note at a time. And the problem with this is that you didn't, or I, because I'm the guy who is problematic here, I did not divide this logically into individual string players or individual string sections. So if you give this to orchestrator, they will not be able to. You can't give this to an orchestra. Like, this is not playable. If you want to do stuff like, if you want to make this completely realistic, then you would have to specify this is played by violin 1. This violin, the divisi of violin 1. And then this would be violin 2 divisi 1. This would be violin 2 divisi 2. And then you would run out of notes for the violas. But anyways, like, what I'm trying to say is the way this string part is organized is not meant to be playable by a real string ensemble. And also, there's another thing. If you look at a real orchestra, it has very how can I explain it? It's actually there's a very rigid structure within a real orchestra. There's a strings section, there's a woodwind section, and then there's a brass section. And the problem with this song is that it doesn't actually divide the sections in a logical way. For example, if you look at this part over here, alright, here's a trombone. Yeah, this is problematic because also, like, in a real orchestra, there's usually 3 to 4 trombones. And then if you want it to be playable by a real orchestra, you need to know which trombones play what. Like, when you're writing for a real orchestra, you have to basically think about what each individual player in that orchestra is doing, instead of just using these libraries, like, just randomly like this. Or here's another thing. What's this? This is a trumpet. Yeah, this note is really high. I'm pretty sure that only a very few number of trumpet players can play this. And also, like, in a real orchestra, there's usually anywhere between 2 to, like, maybe 4 trumpets in a standard orchestra. And this doesn't divide. Basically, like, this just treats the trumpets as a sort of synth, which is not very realistic. And here's the thing. Here's what I'm talking about when I say that I didn't divide the stuff realistically. So here's the flute. It's alright. It's actually the flute plus the piccolo. So here's the flute, and then it's flute plus piccolo. Piccolo plays an octave above the flute. But the problem is, I'm missing the other woodwinds, and also the mixing is wrong because if you listen to, that's the volume of the flute, and then here's the volume of the trombones. Like, it's a pretty similar volume. I mean, the trombones are slightly louder, but, like, realistically, in a real orchestra, the trombones would be, like, 20 times louder than the flute. You would not even be able to hear the flute in this case. But I've mixed it in a way, naively. Or should I say, I wasn't really trying to make it sound realistic. So I just, like, massively boosted the volume of the flutes. But if you give this to a real orchestra, it would not sound like this. Oh, what's this? That's the Glockenspiel. Yeah, alright, there's no problem with this. What's this? That's a percussion. Alright, the percussion is fine. Let's see, what other parts are prominent? Oh yeah, this thing. Here we have 3 horns. Alright, this is more of a problem with the library. In a real orchestra, there's usually 4 horns in a real orchestra. In a standard orchestra. 4 horns. Maybe sometimes 8 if you're dealing with a really, really big orchestra. There's sometimes 8 horns. But that's like a huge orchestra. Usually the standard is 4. Now, if you take a look at the library, here it says, oh, I don't think you can see the library. Oh, you can. You can. You can. So, if you look at the library, here it says horns A3. Now, do you know what A3 means? Or, like, does anyone... I don't think, like, when somebody buys the library, they're probably not paying attention to what A3 means. A3 means that it's a terminology in classical music, which means that there are 3 horns playing the same note. That's what A3 means. So, this means that whenever you're playing a note with this library, so that B, there's 3 horns playing that note. Now, what happens if you have 3 notes? That's actually 9 horns, which is like, that's like, alright, that's like, how can I explain it? That's like having 5 drummers playing 5 different drum sets in a rock band. That's like way too many horns. Okay. And the even crazier thing is, let me see. There's part. There's this. Oh, by the way, the way this project is organized is like fucking. I don't even know what anything is. Okay. I have that problem when I do music production, where I just put stuff like everywhere. I have no idea what anything is. But if I look carefully here, there should be a place. Oh, there you go. So that's four horns of 3 horns, which is 12 horns. Now you're not gonna find that in any orchestra. Like, you're not gonna find 12 horns. That's what it sounds like. But again, you know, this library, okay, called Metropolis Arc, this library isn't designed for you to make something that sounds like a real orchestra. It's designed for those like film trailer, or like these epic, you know, like this, how do you call it? There's a guy called Thomas Bergerson, or Two Steps from Hell, or Ivan Torrent, or that kind of person. That kind of like cinematic orchestral stuff. Like, it's designed for that. It's basically, it's basically like using the library as a synth, but not really thinking about it in a way that makes you think, well, is this actually playable? Or if I gave this to a real orchestra, would it sound the same? So yeah, this song, I basically made it because I just got these, oh, not this one, but I just got like this library, which, by the way, costs like my kidney. Okay, I'm not even joking. This thing costs your kidney. Yeah. So I just got this, and I needed to quickly make a song to test this. So that's basically why I didn't really care about the playability part. And also, like, but yeah, alright, let me just play this thing. Oh yeah, that's basically the song. Um, 1 minute and a half. It did indeed take me about 50 hours. Um, what else do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, how did I come up with this song, or how did I make it? Basically, I started with a piano sketch. So if you look at this part on top, the first track, it's actually a disabled track. This is basically the piano sketch. So basically, if I just play the piano sketch, yeah. So this is basically the piano sketch. Oh, welcome to this very low budget and kind of weird and kind of kind of I don't even know like what adjective I should put in this self-deprecating description of this stream. Anyways, so we're basically talking about a really interesting song that I made, which is a 1.5 minute song that took me 50 hours to make. Anyways, I'm basically breaking down stuff and maybe trying to educate you guys, both of you. I just played the entire thing, but if you want, I can play the thing again. All right. Oh. I guess we just lost half of our members in this stream. But yeah, that's basically the stream. Now I'm just basically I'm just answering any questions that you might have, where we can talk about stuff, where I can make stuff. It's my first time streaming, so I've no idea what I'm doing, and I'm kind of a dumb person. Oh, it's the complete opposite of you do. What do you do then? Do you do like dubstep? Oh yeah, I just realized that there's a 20-second, 30-second delay. Synth. Oh yeah, we can do synths, man. We can do synths. Oh man, am I gonna do this? Let's do synths. I'm actually, by the way, if it's not apparent, I'm actually a dubstep producer. Okay, I'm actually a dubstep producer. I did that orchestral stuff so that I basically test out the new libraries that I bought, or the new synth, not synth, but the new VSTs. That's the word I'm searching for. Experimental electronic music. Okay. Um, yeah. I'm actually working on a dubstep track right now, which is kind of going nowhere. I'm basically remixing one of my favorite producer's songs, which is also one of my favorite songs. And I think we can use some feedback, or I can maybe like show it, and you can give me some feedback. Now, this thing is gonna take forever to load because it's fucking huge. This file, it has like 100 different mixer tracks, and it's not even done. Like we're not even halfway there. Um, all right, so okay, now this song has been killing me. Um, it is a blend of dubstep and orchestral. Now, this drop is honestly like I don't even know if I should keep this drop. But first of all, let's listen to what happens before the drop. Oh my god, there's a problem. This song is probably going to cause a fuck ton of lag. So I'm going to have to like figure out a way to minimize the lag. Oh, it's probably going to lag. I'm gonna need to like smoothen the edges a lot on this song because honestly, I feel like it's a bit too random. Yeah, melodic drop. Honestly, that's not a bad idea, I think. What kind of melodic drop can we have? It should be something that ties together with the intro. Uh, Let me see. So I think what I'm what I think is that I think a lot of stuff. But one of them is that I think I need to just remove this entire thing. I'm probably gonna just get rid of this. Now I'm not actually gonna press delete, but I'm just gonna move it here so that it's kind of not bothering us anymore. I kind of like this part though. So this thing is, I think this part is good. And we need a little bit of melody. So here's what the original song sounds like in the drop part. It's like pretty funky. Now, I'm remixing that song, so I need to do something else. But, so, alright, so this is the part that came before the drop. You know what? I'm thinking about a rhythm. Ba da da ba da da ba ba da 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 ba da da ba ba da da. Like that kind of rhythm would be good. So kind of well, you know, let's just redo the drop because at this point I feel like the drop is kind of beyond salvation. And da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 da. I've been making music for like 10 years. 10 years, yeah. Which is a long time. Now, I think it takes a special kind of unfortunate to make music for 10 years and still have 6 monthly listeners on SoundCloud. Like I literally I have 6 monthly listeners on SoundCloud. Like, can you believe it? After 10 years. Now I'm absolutely garbage at social media. So I don't know like if you like the way I do my streams because I don't know, man. Oh, thanks for saying that. But I think a lot of yeah, music is broken. But there's a lot of stuff that I did wrong. For example, like I missed all the because right now the problem with music promotion is that the promoters are all dying, and I think like 2020 or like up until like 20 or I would say up until like the end of the pandemic, it was still kind of viable to like promote your music on music promoters. But then like they just started dying for some reason, and the record labels are all dying. Monster Canada's dying. Um, all of these stuff are dying, and I didn't I didn't use them before they died. So now I'm kind of here and just struggling. And also, I missed the Geometry Dash. Yeah, sending music to friends. That's what I do too. But like my friends, they don't really listen to the stuff that I make. They listen to like Chinese pop because I'm Asian. Um, but yeah, so and I'm kind of antisocial in real life. I don't really participate that much in Discord groups and servers, so that's kind of annoying. I should probably do that. Anyways, I hope you like the way I do my streams, cause tell me if like my stream is like entertaining to watch. It's probably not, right? It's just a guy just rambling about shit and trying to avoid his responsibilities in real life. Um, anyways, let's try to see if there's a good way to make this drop. Alright, that's probably very annoying to deal with. My microphone. That is so. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I think I know what's wrong with my fucking stupid mic. Because I'm not using the right mic. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. That's probably why people are all. Alright, microphone.
Oh! Alright. I think now my microphone probably sounds a lot better, right? Oh, I'm sorry if there's like huge clicks. Um, oh yeah, I'm sorry if it distorted, but I think I fixed the gain on my mic. Now it's not. I think now it's not distorting. Okay, that's probably, you know what? That's probably the reason why people are leaving. That's probably the reason why people left. Cuz like, people just keep coming and leaving after like 5 seconds. Cuz they probably heard that the mic quality was pretty bad. But all right, I'm happy that we figured that out. All right, now the mic situation is is resolved. Okay. I think now I can just boost the volume of my music to near normal levels. All right. Now, tell me if you can hear me like very clearly. Yeah. Tell me if I'm clear now. Like if I sound, because I was using my face cam mic, and I don't even have my face cam open for some reason. Like I was using my face cam mic. Um, It's not even on. And to be honest, you don't want to see my face, okay? Because I look fucking like my hair's messy. My t-shirt is messy. My chair has a ton of clothes hanging on top of it, and my room is like fucking. My room is like a crime scene. So you don't want to see like you don't want me to open my face cam, okay? That's good. All right, let's do. All right, let's see what kind of drop do we want. So later on, it goes to this. I want it to like a boom, bip, boom, boom, bop, boom, 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 boom. That kind of bass. So that's the drum part. And what kind of bass do we want on top of it? Am I overwhelmed by my project? Absolutely. I'm already overwhelmed by this. This project is fucking like, I don't even know like how many patterns we have. How many patterns? We have 202 patterns. We have how many mixer slots? 90 mixers. We have, how many automation clips do we have? Like these are all the automations. Holy shit. Look at that. How many sounds do we have? Like how many unsorted? These are all the instruments and synths that I use. Yeah, like when you 16 mixer slots, that's good. That's actually very good. I should learn how to do that because clearly my projects are way too complicated. But like my style is kind of maximalism. You know, like there's minimalism in music. But my stuff is like maximalist, and that's what I'm kind of known for. So it's tricky to get rid of that maximalist vibe. And like when you listen to my music, you also get overwhelmed. Because there's so much stuff going on. But what I'm trying to do is, I've learned that the most important thing for music is a very catchy melody or like some kind of ear candy. So I try to now balance between maximalism and having a very simple and catchy melody. Now, for this song, it's kind of I can't really do that because this song is a remix of another song by my favorite producer called AU5. I basically want to grab his attention, so I'm remixing his song. And his song has like a ton of different melodies within it, so I need to use his melodies and stuff. But yeah, from now on, like when I make music, I just tend to. It's still gonna have 100 different mixer slots, but at least there's gonna be a very simple and catchy melody. That's what I learned the hard way, because I keep spending like 200 hours on songs that get like 3 listens on SoundCloud. Anyways, yeah, these are all the stuff that I have. And then these are all the instruments. Yeah, these are all the instruments that I have. Yeah, the easier the better. It's definitely it's definitely true. And when you have like 16 mixer slots, so like when you have like a few drums, like yeah, as you said, 5 to 6 drums, plus like a pad, a sub, like a sub bass, a lead, and some synth chords, and maybe like an ARP. Like that's it. You know, you can build a song out of it. It's not gonna sound super complicated, but it's, you know, I mean, if you think about it, like rock bands have sometimes just 4 players, like 4 tracks in a rock song. There's a rhythm guitar, there's a lead guitar, there's a bass, and there's a drummer. That's it. It's just 4, right? And it's still good music. So yeah, you definitely don't need like 90 mixer slots like I do. By the way, there's stuff like in the bottom too. And then there's like, these are all the unused stuff. So like this is a whole section that's like, that I'm just gonna delete because I'm not using it anymore. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh shit, why does it sound so bad? Oh yeah, it's probably 2 different, wait, what's this? But yeah, this is a... What other genres do I make? I make everything. Like, I'm not kidding. I make everything. What do you want? What do you want to see me make? Like, I can make like a quick 5-second. Like, any genre. Just say anything. I can try to make that. In the meantime, I will try to figure out what kind of bass do I want here. 8-bit included. Uh, 8-bit, yeah, we can make 8-bit. You know what? I can just make like a quick snippet of an 8-bit within this song. So let's take 3x. Why not? We can make this. 8-bit, like that's how you make 8-bit essentially. Let's make a melody. What kind of melody should we make? Let's use the blues scale. Why not? Let's use a blues scale. Yeah, we can make this. No, I don't use full key labels. That's how I work. Yeah, so we have that rounded saw wave here. And then we can, how do you make 8-bit drums? That's so easy. All you have to do is take a noise and then run it through a destructor. And all you have to do is go to the crusher then in the envelope section, all you have to do is do this. Yeah. Like, you know what? Like, you can just literally... And here you go, you have an 8-bit song. Oh yeah, forgot the bass part. Now you have to put a bass. How do you put a bass? It's bass. You know what, we can just use this bass. Like this synth. And then here you go. You have an 8-bit song now. Yeah, so I make 8-bit too. Like I made one song 8-bit, like one 8-bit song, and that's it. Like I don't. All right, let's be fair. To your songs. Okay. Yeah, why not? You can put a sort of a link. And let me see what I can do. Let's delete these. And we can delete this. You can't put links in here. Okay.
Build a website you love with Wix. Where your words
Okay. It's kind of tricky because I can't share. I can't share this screen. So like we have nothing to work with. Wait, let me see if I can do this. So we'll do one song. We'll do one song here. Okay, I somehow downloaded your song. do it until here, and then let me tell you what I think. So first of all, that's a solid intro. Okay. There's nothing really to say about it. From this part, I'm not a huge fan of the kick and the snare. They sound very EDM, which doesn't really fit into your 8-bit vibe. For 8-bit music, I think you should really find drums that are actually 8-bit. So like actual 8-bit drums. I think taking an EDM drum and using what's it called, Bit Crusher on it doesn't really turn it into an actual 8-bit drum. And the melodic part, the melody changes too much within the song, and I can't really pinpoint, or well, after listening to it once, I can't really sing the melody back. I can hear that you're trying to make the melody very varied, but it should stick to some kind of a how's it called, like a hook. If you listen carefully, the melody doesn't really have any repeating stuff. And there's a very famous YouTube composer. His name is Zach Heidi. He said, in a melody, the melody is a balance between repetition and variation. And I think in this song, the melody is mostly variation. There's no balance between. There's a lack of balance in the repetition part. Now I can't really use this song that I have here as an example because this song, it's kind of a. It's not a good example. Because it's it's a special remix of another song. But that would be the feedback that I'll give. And also the drums seem to punch out a lot. If you look at the waveform, if you master the song, like for example this part, this is an actually mastered song. As you can see, the drums don't really punch out of the waveform that much. Or here, like it's the waveform is kind of, it's kind of how do you say it? It's like a fat sausage. All right. Anyways, I need to really make this bass drop now. So let's see. So the part before the bass drop sounds like this. So all right, let's for the bass drop. a technique that AUFI uses a lot is called a bass jam. All right, you don't have to agree with me on practically anything, because we all have our different opinions. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so let me see. I need to make this drop now, because I was supposed to finish this song in like a month ago. Oh shit, what the hell just happened? Let's just reuse this, honestly, because at this point, there's not much fiddling around. Your point of view is very valid because it's different. Yeah, you're gonna see so many different opinions eventually. And it just becomes noise. You have to find the signal within the noise. Let's see. Let's rearrange this so that it sounds coherent. All right, let's shift this thing this way. Kind of sounds weird. I want it to sound like bum 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 dum bum bum dum. Not really working. Boom, boom, boom. So I need like an impact over here and an impact over here. Let's oh shit. Let's have nice to meet you too, man. Thanks for just thanks for being like literally the only person here. I honestly, I wasn't even expecting anybody to come to this stream. Like this stream is a test, basically. It's just me testing out the streaming platform and how it works. I think we need a kind of a more crunchy dubstep growl or something. You know what? Fuck this entire thing. Let's do something from scratch. Alright, so I want a growl that kind of goes upwards. Like a dwa, dwa. Alright, I think that could... Holy shit, that sounds crazy. Alright, these are all kind of sick. Alright, let's use this. Alright, let's use this. Let's chop it out. And let's move this thing here. Now we need to figure out what key this is in. I forgot the key of the song, but it doesn't really matter. Oh my god, I have no idea what key this growl is. Something similar to this. Now, obviously, we're going to add a bunch of effects, post-processing on this to make it sound not this terrible. This is, by the way, a technique that I learned from AU5. Alright, first of all, we need to hook it up to the sidechain. Now, if you don't know what sidechaining is, it's basically what happens when a drum plays and it turns down the volume of everything else momentarily. Alright, now let's edit this sample. Add a bunch of distortion, Destructor, one of the best destruction plugins. And then we can maybe add some early reflection. Oh yeah, that's speed. We don't need that. Another way to make it super cool is to add a vocoder. And then we can add a Comb filter. Why the hell? Why the fuck not? Let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, we can try something else. I don't think it's working. But there's one last thing that I can do to salvage this. What can I do? I can repitch this. Let's move it up or down an octave to see. Alright, it's not working. Doesn't matter. Let's do something else. Let's see if there's any growls here that we can repurpose. That's a good growl, I guess. We can just take this and copy this here, maybe. Or maybe let's put this thing here. So we need what I think should happen here is that we need two kind of staccato pluck growls. Is there anything that I've already done? We can maybe try this out. Like, I'm just throwing stuff at the wall at this point. We also need a bass, a sub bass over here. Oh, I see that we have someone else here. Now we have two people in our stream, which is a 100% increase, which is a monumental increase in the audience, which is very, very good. It's literally a doubling. Like this part anymore. It's like too random. But what we can do is that we can actually repurpose some of these sounds. Can we repurpose this? Now there's a grow speed. Let's remove the grow speed and let's Oh yeah, this part, you know what? We're probably just gonna delete this part, but so we want wait, this is way too low. We need a kind of higher. So we need a super saw, like a super saw cluster chord. All right, that kind of chord. Maybe that's too high. Yeah, maybe let's move these ones up an octave. Alright, it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope that I can see you soon in my other streams. Have a good one. Bye bye. Alright, let's see. Man, this drop is so fucking hard, man. Dubstep is such a difficult thing to make. Actually, you know, like I've made classical music, I've made orchestral music, I've scored films. Like I've actually scored films. I won first place at the indie film music contest, and the hardest genre to make is still dubstep. Like, some people tell me, well, like, writing orchestral music is way harder than dubstep. No. That's not the case. Okay. Dubstep is way harder than anything else. Alright, so here we need a sort of growl. Let's see what growl can we find in these crazy bass jam sounds. Like, or maybe we need a kind of... Alright, you know what, let's take this. I have no idea what I'm doing here, probably using phaser. Let's use this. So let's put this here and then let's... I think this is the D. So let's pitch it up 2 semitones. Now it's an E, which is the correct key. And hi. Night City Love. Wait, did I see this before? This name? Night City Love. I think I've heard this name before. I've seen this somewhere. Now, my memory is absolutely garbage, so I can't really remember a lot of stuff, but I think I've seen the name Night City Love before. Anyways, I'm making a dubstep track, which is a... So this song is a remix of another producer who is way smarter than I am and way more talented and way more successful than I am. But his name is 85. Now I'm remixing his recent song called Starflame. And yeah, that's what I'm struggling with now. So let's see. Alright, so let's add some distortion first. Let's use log. Okay, that's a bit too crazy. And how do I make this sound a bit crunchier? I guess it's by using Vocodex. Let's add a, now I'm not using any like Pro Q or like, what is it called? Fat Filter Pro Q or Oak Sound Soothe or all these crazy plugins. No, I don't use them because I can't afford to use them, and I'm worried that the virus from the cracked version will destroy my computer. So let's use this, the good old parametric EQ. And let's add some ER, which stands for emergency room. No, that's not. It actually stands for early reflection. And then maybe let's add a fucking sound godizer, because why the fuck not? Where the hell is sound godizer? Wait, where the fuck is sound godizer? Oh, there it is. The A is always the best one, so let's use A. And then let's hook it up to sidechain. Let's see how this sounds. It either sounds like shit. Like, for me right now, like choosing space sounds for drops is kind of like playing the lottery. I can't really hear the bass over here, so maybe let's pitch this thing up like an octave. It sounds like fucking garbage, man. I look like a true professional. How long have I been making music? I've been making music for 10 years. Now, but the thing is, after 10 years, I only have 6 monthly listeners on Spotify. So, like, by the way, I went to music school. So, yeah. I guess you can say that I do have professional experience. Like, I make music for, I used to make music for games, game and indie film and all that. But I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be a full-time producer now. So that's why my experience and the number of followers that I have are not really compatible. Now this sounds like ass, and I need to figure out why. Let's not use Stretch Pro. Just use Stretch. It sounds so much better. these two pluck sounds are okay, but I think they could be a little bit spicier if we add a bit more. Oh, that's an interesting sound. You've been making for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. That's not bad, honestly. 4 years. And I can tell you, like, even after 10 years, I still feel like a noob. Okay. Like, I still have no idea what I'm doing when I'm using FL Studio. So, yeah, it doesn't always get better with time. But, yeah. I need to figure out what key this is. Oh my god, I can't fucking figure out what key this is. I'm sorry if this sounds a bit harsh on your ears, because it is. Let's see, let's turn down the cutoff. Oh, it's gonna turn down the cutoff for the entire, like, 10 minutes of audio, which I don't want. Alright, now it doesn't sound harsh anymore. Alright, so what note is this? It's probably a D. I don't have perfect pitch, but for me, like, my basses are either in D or in... Actually, you know what? They're only in D. What key is this? Oh, it's in C. All right, interesting. We need to transpose it to E. So, we need a short burst of E, and we need a short burst of another E sound. Oh, somebody here actually has perfect pitch. Okay. Well, hi, Leon Horizontal. Wow, we have 3 people in our stream, dude. That's like that's a historic high. You know, it probably peaks here. It can only go down from here. I'm glad that you like what I'm doing, because honestly, I feel like I'm playing with. I feel like you know, like I'm one of those like kids who just got like a super fancy toy and has no idea what to do. That's kind of the state that I'm in now. Okay, now let's make this sound a bit more interesting, because right now it sounds like ass. First, let's disable this parametric EQ because we don't need it. Let's take Destructor and let's distort the fuck out of the sound, because why not? Oh, by the way, can you guys like tell me if my stream is interesting? Because it's actually the first time that I ever stream, and I'm very annoying in real life, okay? And I don't want to annoy people anymore. So tell me if the way that I do my stream is kind of too like random, or too like I'm rambling too much or anything. Like, just it would help me tremendously if you can give me some feedbacks on how this stream is, because it's my first time doing streams and I'm not used to doing this. Anyways. Actually, you know what? Let's have it to Stretch Pro. Or, you know what? Let's have like a sort of envelope Now, it probably sounds a bit weird. But it's going to make sense in a context eventually. So let's add some vocodecs. Oh, so you came here because you like my music. Wait, so you knew my music beforehand? How did you know me? Is it like from Reddit or something? I'm actually surprised that anybody would know me because I'm so fucking not. I'm so obscure. Like I have 6 followers on Spotify. Like that's how little people know me. Okay. So it's actually surprising that some people would know me already. Anyways. Any other account? SoundCloud. I do have SoundCloud and I do have Instagram. Well, I think. Wait, you know what? Here's a cool little trick. Here's a cool little thing. Hang on a minute. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. Because I can't share any screen other than FL Studio. But I can actually browse in FL Studio. So FL Studio is actually my browser. Okay. So here's so I do have SoundCloud. Oh shit, what the hell? Oh, I can't browse anymore. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. That's Geometry Dash Li Zongyi. That's the account that I used like 10 years ago. And I hate that name because I used to play Geometry Dash. I love it so much that I made a Gmail. English. Wait, let me see if. But anyways, I'm trying to show you my links. But as Liao said, I am on SoundCloud, so you can find me on SoundCloud. You just type 10 in on SoundCloud. Anyways, let's move on. So that's kind of like a sweetener sound that I layer on top of this. Oh yeah, you guys probably didn't even hear the full song yet. So let me play the full song up until that point. By the way, this song is really rough, and there's a lot of edges, hard edges that I need to smooth out. So it's not perfect. It's actually far from perfect, but it's a remix of AU5's song called Starflame. So I don't know if you guys know AU5, but he's a really good producer. And this is a remix of his song. that's the context. So I need this drop to be like fucking crazy to kind of match the orchestral part, which is a bit annoying. Cause like this song is just too overwhelming at this point. Which dubstep bass? Oh yeah, cause all right. I need to make something clear, which is that my stream has a 30-second delay between when I do something and you actually seeing that thing. So that explains why when you type in a comment, you're gonna have to wait like 20 seconds to 30 seconds before you hear me actually addressing that comment, which is super annoying because I want to have like instantaneous feedback between us, like instantaneous interactions. But yeah, when I do something, it takes 30 seconds for you to see it, and then when you type something and I reply to it, you're gonna have to wait 30 seconds until you hear my reply, and then if you want to have a follow-up thing, then I need 30 seconds to see your follow. Wait, actually no, I can see your stuff instantaneously, but when I address the follow-up question, it's gonna take another 30 seconds for you to hear my response. Now I'm trying to figure out a way to minimize the delay, but it's my first time streaming, so I don't know how to do it. Okay, but eventually I'll figure out a way. But yeah, which bass are you talking about? Like, if next time you can tell me which bar number, so that I can instantaneously tell you which bass it is. I don't like this bass anymore. What if we just switch these two? That would be so stupid. You know what? It actually works. It actually. It kind of sounds a bit rough, to be honest. Near bar 85. So probably this one. So, alright, so what this is, let me explain. So, when you see these like date numbers, this is a technique that AU5 taught in his course that I paid like my entire fortune for, and I didn't finish the course. I'll finish it, but essentially, you take a synth, okay. By the way, you're gonna press record on your. So, all right, let me explain it this way. So you take a synth, which is, let's say this, and then you hook it up to Edison, and then you just start recording. Okay, now I'm not actually gonna do it because it's gonna crash my computer because I'm streaming at the same time. And then you're just gonna like fiddle around, and then you're gonna do like all sorts of crazy stuff like wavetable, granular. We're not actually gonna do granular, but let's do like another wavetable, and you're gonna do like phase. You're gonna do like all sorts of stuff, like crazy sounds. And then as you do experiment with all of these sounds, the Edison records all of that. So it's like at the end you're gonna have like a 20-minute to like an hour long audio file, which contains all of the experimentations you made in your bass. Like, And then what you get is a huge file. So, like this. So yeah, like this file has like it's just a bunch of experimentations. And then afterwards, you can use that as your base for like your next song. You just like find sweet spots. Now I made this sound like a year ago, so I don't really remember how I made it. But if I were to guess based on the sound of it, yeah, and if I were to explain, it would probably be something like Harmer. So let's see, you have this sound, you pitch it down an octave. And you take this phaser, you turn it to like deeper or something. Width. Like a high width. Actually not deeper, probably classic. Or maybe like Hertz. Like some kind of phaser sound. Man, it's been such a long time since I made this song. And then like it also has like some kind of like detune in it. I don't think, you know what? Now that I think about it, I probably didn't use Harmer. Like this kind of sound, like, oh shit, that's not the sound that I'm looking for. I probably used either Harmer or I used another synth called Razor for that. Let's open. Oh, where are my files? What? Why is it telling me to pay? Oh, there it is. So, it's this. All right, so this synth is pretty. I mean, pretty unknown. It's like it's what people do for like crazy sound design. It's not really what you do. It's not really what you use for like generic stuff. But it allows you. It's an additive synth. So you can pitch this stuff like down an octave, and you can have like a wave, sort of like a wave table. And then here you can add what's called a phaser, and this is an additive phaser, which is different from a phaser. Like it's not a phaser effect. It's actually a phaser that's baked in every oscillator. Every sine wave. And then there's probably some kind of like. And then this sound, if you distort this sound, or maybe it's, let's use sync distance. Like I don't really remember it like that. It's something that's kind of similar to this. But I don't really remember like what. Yeah, it is a pretty interesting sound. Let me. Oh yeah, another very important thing that I forgot is delay. Where is delay? So delay, feedback, delay time. have a very short delay time. Man, I'm so sorry if I can't really tell you exactly how I made it, because I really forgot. Maybe I used a harmonizer or something. No, it's not this. Yeah, I feel like an idiot now because I can't. I don't even know how I made my own sounds, but. Man, how did I make this sound, bro? Anyways, like, it's something that has to do with Harmor or something, or Razor. Alright, let's give it one more try. One more shot. I'm sorry, I can't really figure out. It's like, it has something to do with, like, is it unison? No, it's not unison. It's like, it has a kind of like a texture to it. I can't really explain how I did it. Anyways, well, that took a lot of time. Dude, everybody left because I took too much time recreating that sound. I guess nobody really cares about how that sound is made. Anyways, now we're down with only one person left. At least we still have one person left. Let's add a bass. You know what, let's just make a new bass at this point. Let's use Serum, because that's like the thing that people use these days. Let's use Band Reject. Let's use Band Reject, yeah. Maybe to add some texture, let's add some bend plus minus. And for B, let's do, I don't even know, like, I don't even care at this point, asym. Maybe the opposite direction, because... Yeah, that's good enough. I don't even care. Let's add a, oh shit, not a compressor. You know what, let's keep the compressor. But then let's add distortion, because we need that. Is that too much distortion? Maybe let's use diode. Actually, there's no difference. We need a bit more movement, so what if we made it more resonant? Yeah, if anybody has like tips for me, it would be helpful to make a better bass. But well, we can add a filter, or you know what? Let's do chorus. Let's do the static chorus thing where we have a rate of 0, a depth of a little bit, and we can modulate this. What if we had the chorus before the distortion? Okay, and then we can have a filter of whatever, like phaser 24 plus one. I forgot what the difference between plus and minus is. Oh, here's a little diagram that actually shows you. Oh, so this one is like it goes down, and then the other one it's like the other way. Okay. So yeah, let's have this, and let's modulate the cutoff. It's pretty resonant, though. What if we had it before the distortion? Yeah, if it's before the distortion, you can't really hear it. What if we added like more teeth? So yeah, let's just have this, like, this kind of sound. And, oh yeah, we forgot to modulate the wavetable, dude. It sounds a bit too noisy. Maybe we can use another wavetable that I made at some point. Let's use like a phaser. Or we can, the other thing we can do is that we can remove the fundamental. That way we have a lot less noise and a much more movement. So let's normalize same. Anyways, I'm gonna have to leave for now because I've got something to do. But I'm gonna be back in probably an hour or so. Thanks for being here. Like, I can't believe we got like 46 views in total. But I'm gonna be off, and I'll be back in about an hour or so, an hour and a half maybe.